Hello, everybody, and welcome to Obscurities and Miniatures. It is Friday, at least for me. And that means only one thing on this channel. It means it's time for another Obscurity in Literature. And this is an Obscurity in Literature that got me in all kinds of trouble with the missus. Because, well, any book that gets me in trouble is obviously a book worth talking about. And today we're going to talk about Yamane Kimitoshi's Monograph. Because that's what it says. Monograph. Mono is like thing also. So things of Kimitoshi Yamane. Who, maybe you can read that or not. But this is all of, well, not even all of, but a vast amount of artwork and design work that he did for Sunrise. Which it says right there too. But if you notice on the cover there, we've got the Escaflowne. And one thing that got me in so much trouble was look at the thickness of this book. It is massive, almost 400 pages. And the fact that it's going to be a horizontal book is even better. You know that's a good sign if you're into these design books when it's going to be a horizontal layout. I mean, not to say that there aren't a lot of, nice, really cool looking design works that are done, in a more traditional vertical format, but that's always going to be a plus, especially with robots and mecha stuff. And if you've watched this channel, and if you haven't, as much as I love art books of all shapes, sizes, and subject matter, a lot of times you can boil it down into like a big three for me. That would be character designs, card game artwork, be it digital or traditional actual cards, and robots or mecha designs. I mean, there's obviously plenty of other stuff I've shown on this channel, and will continue to, and you're welcome to go dig through it because there's tons at this point. But man, do I love me some mecha design art. Chef's kiss. So, this book in particular, you're gonna see, first of all, has tons of unused stuff, which is always cool to see. But it is very much a technical book as well. You've got so did it start with Escaflowne? I guess it did. You get the years for most of these works. You get, a lot of the actual line art, but then there's all these like really rough drafts. And it's kind of cool also as they explain what each piece is on that page. I loved Escaflowne. Escaflowne was probably, what was that, like 96? I can remember having the fan subs back in the day. Somebody, doing the whole fan sub network thing, sending the tapes, getting the tapes. Really liked the show. Somewhere in here, I believe, we've got like some rough designs, unused stuff, but there's like plenty of like the cockpits, somebody had to come up with that, and there are so many cockpit designs in this book. It's actually kind of interesting. It's like if they couldn't get anybody else to do it, Kimitoshi was their man. All these mechs that like show up for only like one little background scene, they're all in here. All these like various generic knights, mercenaries, various other baddies, how everything's set up inside. I had forgotten some of these are even in the show. Transformation gimmicks, how the cockpits open, how they fly. Again, anybody ever wants to do some fantasy mecha, you got some really nice ideas in here. The size breakdown on these things. Backgrounds. I know a lot of you guys are into that stuff. There's all kinds of rough background designs, and I mean not just like for Escaflowne. Good old Cowboy Bebop. Some of these like random little ships that are, floating around in the backgrounds of different scenes. Somewhere I believe they've got some interior shots of the Bebop itself. I don't know why my camera is not cooperating today. There we go. Again, somebody had to sit down and figure out the designs on all this stuff. And there's a lot of that type of material in this book, as you can see here. They haven't even hit page 100 yet. I'm like skipping just massive chunks. Technical stuff on the firearms and the various sci-fi weaponry that we see in the various shows. We're still in Bebop. Infinite Ryuvius. You got some weird mech designs. Again, all those weird ships and stuff showing up in the backgrounds. They're in here. I mean, when your page... I guess that's one knock against this, is that, you know, some pages just have so much stuff crammed in there. If you want to get a good look, it's going to be kind of a challenge. Argento Soma. Another fun, weird one. Where's the main mech? No. It's in here somewhere. Something for you to discover. You want to track this book down. Some of the other ones. Shuttle launches. King Gainer. Now that's a series I have not thought about for a long time. And again, we have all kinds of... I know I'm skipping the actual King Gainer, but that's okay. The various Overmen, the various land ships and stuff that they use throughout the show. I like the weird bulbous balloony proportions on some of them. Of course, a lot of the mechs in this show also gave off like serious bungle designs. Cluster Edge. I feel like this was a shooter, but I don't think it was. It was like some kind of retro airplane thing. But again, somebody has to sit down and actually figure out the designs on this stuff. And again, there is tons of it in here. Just tons of it. And this is all the same artist. You know, somebody just... This guy is really... There's a lot of talent in this. We're in like Gundam Siege ships now. And like all the various background paraphernalia that they have. As well as the ships. I am just super flipping through pages. I'm like almost at page 200 here. We're up into Destiny now. Reconquista in G. Now what's funny is a lot of this stuff you won't see the actual main mecha, especially for like the Gundam stuff, because obviously you've got other artists that are doing a lot of that. Obviously Okawara doing the main designs himself, but there are some mechs in here. Well, I mean, other than like besides Escaflowne and stuff. Again, like all the weird background stuff we get to see in these shows, chances are Kimitoshi had his hand in it. The movie Escaflowne and dragon mode stuff and the ships that they were carrying them in and all of the various bays and galleys. The Bebop movie Norageki. Don't even know what that is. Hathaway's Flash is in here. In fact, I have some Hathaway's Flash stuff that I don't think I've ever finished filming. The big, was it the Mesa? 8th Team. I was like, that's an easy 8 with parachutes on there. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure Okawara still may have done the main 79G, but obviously we've had some help in working on that. Kind of cool to see. If you enjoy a lot of the hardware and mechanized stuff from the various Gundam series that is not a mobile suit, there is a lot of neat things in this. And I mean, yeah, there's plenty of mobile suits too. And now we're up into Igloo. MS Igloo. There's a ton of Gundam the Origin. I think this might be, well, obviously from the manga. Stuff from one of the rides or the games, I believe, is in here as well. Again, like fire trucks that are barely in there. Gundam the Origin still. Hardgraph, which was a very short-lived line. I want to say oh, what scale was it? Yeah, 1/35th. And like I just realized he wrote that on there. But they had like a couple of pieces, a lot of military vehicles and stuff, mostly Xeon, a couple Fed things, but they didn't have a Zaku head in that scale as well. Okay, I am not crazy. Here we have Gundam the Ride. Ring of Gundam. If you want to learn more about that, it's out there. That is the Gundam from Gundam the Ride. We're going to stop there because I'm afraid I'm going to smash something with this, the sheer weight of this book. There is a lot to be enjoyed here, especially if you are somebody who spent any time watching various series, shows, movies, OVAs from Sunrise specifically. There's a lot to enjoy here. I'm looking for the table of contents. I forgot that there's like a bunch of color plates. The main mech from the Argento Selma series. Where is the table of contents? Why is there an act guide? Here we go. So, just to give you guys an idea, we looked through most of this. These are like the major sections. OVA designs, TV designs, movie designs, hobby designs, event movie designs. So there's just a lot to be had, especially if you're a fan of this stuff. And I mean, for a long time, Sunrise were the undisputed champions, I'd say, of this style of manga. The kings of, you know, mecha. If it was a mecha show, it was going to be made by Sunrise. And the only other major detractor of this book is that price tag, 6,000 yen. Of course, with the current exchange rates the way they are, I mean, I actually got this when things were at their worst at like 100 and almost 160 yen to $1, so I can't complain. And the fact that I was in Japan at the time meant free shipping. This is it's gonna be a bit weighty, so something to keep in mind. You know, obviously if you're there, you can take advantage of it, but definitely explore your options. If it's something you're looking for, happy hunting, good luck with that. And with that said then, this has been High Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures saying thanks for watching, and we will see you back here soon. Bye-bye.